Hey there, Carnage Cravers. Welcome back to Carnage Corner. I am Ken Carnage. It's taken me a while to get to you with this Extreme Rules review. I'm going to ask you to forgive me. As you can see, I am not in the studio. The studio has no air conditioning. It is the beginning of August. So, yes, this video is not coming to you from there. Well, no videos will be coming to you from there until I can get it to be a bit more temperate. That being said, we'll go ahead and kick things off with the Extreme Rules kickoff show. We had a promo by Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans, and nobody cares. We got Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title. The Intercontinental title on the kickoff show. The fuck. Alright, previews during the match. Way to tell us that the match doesn't matter, WWE. Good job. Alright, Nakamura wins the Intercontinental title. Hopefully this is better for him than when he won the US title. Alright, the match was okay. The finish was okay. It was very bleh. It was very eh. You know, it was okay. It wasn't a waste of time, but it wasn't, it wasn't fantastic either. So, that being said, we then got a New Day interview, and the less said about that, the better. After that, we then got Drew Gulak versus Tony Nese for the Cruiserweight title, and again with the previews during the match. Gulak won the match. It was a good match. I unfortunately missed the finish. Had something happen and got distracted and missed the finish of the match. But from what I saw of this match, it was really good. I very much enjoyed it. On the Extreme Rules proper show, we got, to open it up, we got Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns and Undertaker. So, first and foremost, how stupid is WWE? They put this team of Roman and Taker together pretty much just so they could try and sell a fucking stupid t-shirt. It's stupid. Speaking of stupid, why is Renee Young on commentary? She is horrible. She is absolutely horrible. People complain about Michael Cole. He's so much better than she is. You know what? I'm going to say it. People aren't going to like that I'm going to say it. Renee Young is only on the commentary team to make the feminists happy. She's not good. Replace her with Beth Phoenix. Beth is better than she is. Fuck, get Lita to come do it. Lita's better than she is. At least they know what the fuck they're talking about. They've actually been in the ring. Anyways, moving on. So the match was a bit of a cluster, and at one point you got the Shane took a powder and running away. Taker chases him, and God, I love Undertaker, but he's got this ridiculous power walk now when he's trying to chase somebody. Anyways, Elias interfered in the match, but was not able to help Drew and Shane secure the victory. Tombstone Taker struggled to tombstone Shane McMahon. He struggled to tombstone Shane McMahon, but he did, and they got the win. And kudos to Shane McMahon. You know, big balls on Shane being willing to take the tombstone pile driver after what Taker did to Goldberg in Saudi Arabia. So, big kudos to Shane for being willing to risk his health and his life, in that sense. So, after the match, Roman showed respect to Undertaker, further proving that Roman is a master in the art of fellatio. So, the match was okay. The finish was an absolute eye roller, we could have done without this whole thing. This whole thing. This whole thing. Just why? Why? Alright, moving on. We then go to some random blonde with a microphone who interviews Seth and Becky. And Seth and Becky take turns pandering to the audience, to each other. Putting a lot of emphasis on their quote-unquote relationship. We don't care, guys. We do not care that you guys are in a relationship. We really, really don't. Okay? I mean, you guys are not Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth. I'm sorry. We don't care. Okay? I mean, we didn't care. We didn't care about freaking Brie Bella, turning to bestiality and taking a goat man for her husband. We didn't care about Nikki Bella and John Cena. We didn't care about AJ Lee and half the freaking roster. We don't care. We don't care who you're fucking. We do not care. We then went into the Revival versus the Usos for the Raw Tag Team titles. I'm going to take this moment to point out that Renee Young is sickeningly biased. Absolutely sickeningly biased. She doesn't even try to be impartial. It's horrible. The Revival did retain. It was a good match. It was a good finish. It was good. I enjoyed this immensely. We then got an Aleister Black vignette. And then we got Aleister Black versus Cesaro. Long and short of it, Black wins. It was a good match. It was an okay finish. I don't know. Aleister Black. I was a fan when he first came out in NXT. Like his style, it seems to be. I don't know. Shit seems. It's getting a little old. I mean, the awesome finishing kick aside, what's he got going for him at this point? I don't really think he's all that good. He was very refreshing in the beginning, like a breath of fresh air, something different, something new, but nah. So, and we got R-Truth and Carmella, and they're talking, and Bliss and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross come in, and they begin talking to them as well, and then the Street Profits come in, and all of this was forgettable and missable and did not matter. So then we went to Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And Bayley retains. The match was okay. The finish was ridiculous. You're going to tell me that Bayley was able to persevere in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Listen, you stretch logic when you do that shit with John fucking Cena. And you think we're going to buy it when you do it with Bayley? No, it's not believable. It's horse shit. I just, no. We then got Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman in a last man standing match. Now this is my kind of match. Strowman wins the match. It was a great match. It was a great finish. It was awesome. Everything was awesome. Everything is awesome. We then went to Charlie, who interviews AJ Styles and The Club. Oh. And we went to New Day versus Heavy Machinery versus Rowan and Daniel Bryan for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Oh. And here's my other problem on the commentary team. Corey Graves. Corey Graves, before the match even starts, when they're on their way to their ring, Corey Graves sees fit to insult blue-collar people. Yes. Apparently he views being a blue-collar, working-class individual as something that is negative. Corey, you're an asshole. Okay. Throughout the course of the match, Corey Graves, listen, Corey Graves tonguing Daniel Bryan's asshole is getting old. You know, okay, I don't you talk about biased. Renee's biased as fuck, and so is Corey. The only person on that frickin' announce team who remains impartial is Michael Cole. Like, that being said, I love Otis Dozovich. He moves. He moves in a way you would not expect a man his size to move. He's very entertaining. The caterpillar makes me laugh every freaking time, but I was also happy because for a second there, Big E got serious right before the finish. Big E got serious, and that's nice to see. I would prefer Big E to be serious rather than this gyrating gaggle of goof fucking bullshit. So, New Day wins the match. The match was great, and the finish was good. I don't hate it. I'm happy that Daniel Bryan no longer has a title. Now, if we can just get somebody to hit that fucking Hobbit in the head really hard, he can involuntarily breakdance and finally get off my fucking TV screen forever. That being said, some woman, I don't know who she is, she goes to interview the New Day, but Heyman takes the mic away to cut a promo, essentially saying, will Brock Lesnar be here? Or will he not? Is essentially the gist of that. We then went into AJ Styles versus Ricochet for the United States title. AJ comes out with the club. Allen Anderson and Gallows attack Ricochet before the match. And, obviously the match gets underway. And Ricochet, well, he couldn't get the job done. AJ Styles wins the United States Championship once again. This was a good match. It was a great finish. A great finish. So, and then we got Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. Owens wins in 2 seconds with the stunner. Now, as I said in my last video, Kevin Owens using the stunner is shameful. This whole thing was bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And then Owens proceeds to grab a microphone and whines like a fucking baby, talking about Shane McMahon and Vince McMahon and saying, I speak for everyone. Well, you don't speak for me, Kevin. You don't speak for me. And allow me to put this in terms you may better understand. Susma beats, Kevin. Susma beats. Alright, we then go to Charlie Caruso interviewing Samoa Joe. And, Samoa Joe we then go to Samoa Joe versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE title. Alright. Kofi Kingston retains. The match is okay. It was a bullshit finish. There's no way in hell somebody like Kofi Kingston should be losing to somebody like Samoa Joe. I'm sorry. It just, I don't know. We then got our, main event, Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. So, and of course the rules there were winning team takes all. So, if Seth loses to Baron, Becky loses her title. And if Becky loses to Lacey, Seth loses his title. Okay, that's it. We've seen a few of these over the years. They're usually fairly entertaining. So, in either case, match, the entrances, I popped. I laughed my ass off. Lacey Evans. So Lacey Evans is coming out, and all of a sudden the camera zooms in on her ass. And when I say zooms in on her ass, I mean that ass was taking up my whole television screen. And I'm like, whoa. The Attitude Era came back. I mean, I'm not complaining, but what the fuck? Well, what's going on? Are we not PG no more? And then I realized Lacey has the word Seth embroidered across her ass. This would become important as she would use it to play mind games with both Seth and Becky. And it was funny. It was funny. I got a good kick out of it. And, you know, she would use that to you know, as I said, get in their head overall. Oh, so things eventually broke down with Becky Lynch whooping the shit out of Lacey Evans and Corbin coming out of nowhere and hitting Becky with the End of Days. He hit Becky with his finish. And Becky sold it like a trooper. You know, she rolled to the outside. She was completely out. And they hyped up, you know, Seth losing his shit. He lost his shit. He beat the fuck out of Baron. And he won the match. It was a good match. Entertaining. Great finish. With Becky taking the End of Days, and then Seth, you know, getting vengeance, quote unquote. And then Lesnar comes out and attacks Seth Rollins and cashes in successfully. And once again, Brock Lesnar is the Universal Champion. It's fucking perfect! It's fucking perfect! Oh, it's so good. Seth Rollins needs to go back to the mid-card where he fucking belongs, and now we have our champion back. Thank God. So, I know that my opinions may not represent most of the people in the Crybaby IWC, but facts are facts, people. And the fact of the matter is this: if you took wrestling back to its heyday, Seth Rollins would have been a fucking cruiserweight. Okay? He does not belong holding a heavyweight title. Sorry, not sorry. So, as far as what the best match on the card was, I believe the best match on the card was probably Lashley versus Strowman. Best all-around match. I mean, there were several good ones, but that match had the best, you know, core match and the best finish. So I would say I would call that the match of the night for sure. And that's going to be it for my Extreme Rules review. Looking forward to SummerSlam. Monday Night Raw has been kicking it up a notch since Heyman took over, which is very exciting. But in the meantime, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring bell for notifications, all that happy horse shit. Drop into the comment sections. Tell me if you agree. Tell me if you disagree. Tell me I'm out of my mind. Call me an asshole. I don't really care. You know, it is what it is. I was born an asshole. I just got bigger. So, that being said, I am Ken Carnage. And until next time, always remember that Carnage is right around the corner.